What is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another review, and today I'm reviewing Justice League. Now, Justice League is directed by Zack Snyder, who previously directed Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, and 300, and stars Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ezra Miller as The Flash, Ray Fisher as Cyborg, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and is about all those heroes come together to form the Justice League to stop Steppenwolf. Now, this is a part of the DCEU. This is the 5th movie, I believe, of the DCEU, and these movies don't have the best track record of this universe. And, Wonder Woman is, in my opinion, clearly the best. I think there's no arguing that. Majority of people will say Wonder Woman is the best, and I agree with them. Now, I was hoping that, Justice League could be either, just be two things. One, I was hoping I would have a lot of fun with it, and two, I was hoping it would be in the step in the right direction for DCEU. I was not expecting this to be a perfect movie. I did not expect this to be as good of a movie as Wonder Woman was, and while it wasn't those things, like I said, it's not a perfect movie. It is not as good as Wonder Woman is. The two things that I wanted out of it, which is to be fun and being the step in the right direction, I think I got. I did have tons of fun watching this, and and that's why I go to the movies. I go to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. It is a form of entertainment, so I would like to be entertained, and I was entertained for this movie, so that's always a plus. And I do think, while it's not the biggest step in the right direction for the DCU, it is a step in the right direction, and if they keep on going in the direction that they're going, they, while not being, I don't think that there's any really chance for them to be as good as the MCU, because the MCU just, just for the simple fact that MCU has had, I believe 15 or 16 movies, and, they just been doing it for longer, so, they had they built up the world more, while DCU is kind of rushing it, which I think is the biggest problem between them, for DCEU, but still, I think this is the right direction for the universe that we can hope for, in just being a good universe. Now, like I said, it wasn't a perfect movie. I thought it was good. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. It's not the best cut, because this would, honestly, I could say out of the, 6 or 7 comic book movies that I saw this year, this was obviously the weakest, but with that being said, it's not the worst. It's not the worst comic book movie ever made. It's not the greatest comic book movie ever made. It's still a good comic book movie despite its flaws, in my opinion. I really love seeing all of them team up. I liked, seeing them, trying to get the team together to stop Steppenwolf, and, honestly, Steppenwolf isn't the greatest villain. I thought he was considerably weak. But I can understand that they kind of want to, maybe save, Darkseid or, a bigger villain. With this, like, I was already kind of excited for a Batman solo movie, and, I could say that this movie made me considerably more excited for a Batman movie, because I think Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons, I will say, do a really good job with their roles. There's a after credit scene that made me pretty considerably excited for a solo Batman movie. I'm also pretty excited because I think, honestly, for me at least, the standout for this movie was The Flash. I really love The Flash. Ezra Miller does a fantastic job, in my opinion, and this also made me really excited for a Flash solo movie. And I know a lot of the people's complaints about this movie is that they're like, oh, Flash wasn't built up enough. And, while I can see why they're upset, my thing is, I go, well, if they failed to do it, like, that's what the solo movies are for. At least that's what I think. I think that, that the solo movie should be for, setting up the giving background or fleshing out the Flash and Cyborg and Aquaman, because, this is a team-up movie. This is about the Justice League. This is about them coming together. This isn't about, solely the Flash or solely Aquaman or solely Cyborg. And while I understand why people are upset about it, I personally wasn't because of that. But I also think Cyborg is great and Aquaman is great. I am really looking forward to what their solo movies as well. Especially Aquaman, because I'm not really the biggest Aquaman fan in the world. So I'm just seeing what they can do with this. And like I said, Steppenwolf isn't the greatest villain, and when that kind of third act is kind of weaker compared to the other ones to me. But other than that, like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. I know it's not the best movie in the world, but anyway, I do give Justice League, I give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Please be on the lookout for my, I did see Coco and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Also, over on my buddy Diego Coya's channel, I am on, I do the MTVM podcast and the Top 5 podcast with them. But this is in specific reference to the MTVM podcast. I did see Lady Bird, and I did see, I will be seeing Loving Vincent before the podcast comes out, the next episode. So if you're interested in seeing what my thoughts are on those movies, please go check out, go over to his channel and check that out. Just do all this, subscribe and all that stuff with me. Do that with him, because he's a great dude. It's fun being on his podcast. But the MTVM podcast, we don't strictly talk about movies. We do TV shows, video games, and music too. So if you're into that kind of stuff too, really that's the podcast for you, because we talk just entertainment in general. But anyway, until next time, guys, see you later.